am one of you. I'm a woman, and I am an engineer. And if I could just rewind my own tape back 25 years and put myself in your shoes here today, and then I thought, what is that one thing that could have helped me accelerate my own journey? And with all the ideas that I came up with, I boiled it down to one: visibility. Visibility is that one point that could really have helped me accelerate my own journey, and that's the point of our conversation today. Now, to get it started, I would like to share a video with you.
Hi, what's your name, darling?
My name is Susan Boyle.
Okay, what's the dream?
I'm trying to be a professional singer.
And why hasn't it worked out so far, Susan?
I've never been given the chance before, but here's hoping it'll change. I'm going to sing I Dreamed a Dream from the Miserables.
Okay, big song.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by.
You didn't expect that, did you? Did you? No.
I dreamed that love would never die.
Now, what I offer here today is that Susan Boyle had the exact same talent as she walked onto that stage, as she did walking off that stage. So what was the difference? What changed? Visibility. Visibility is what changed her career overnight. And this is what Britain Has Got Talent or even American Idol is all about. Those shows are all about bringing talent into visibility. And why is that relevant to our conversation today? Why do we care about that? Because visibility matters. Visibility matters when we are interviewing here at SWE, because making our skills and accomplishments visible to the recruiters is what can differentiate us from the other very qualified candidates in the room. Visibility matters when we start our careers at a corporation, because it gives us access to the next assignments, to the next opportunities, so we can advance. And as we advance, visibility still matters if we want to influence and lead. Let me share with you how I frame this concept of visibility. Look, this is not about being the center of attention all the time. This is not about hogging the spotlight or being one of those, look at me, it's about me, and I need more space. Because in fact, too much of it could actually detract from career advancement. No one wants to be around those people all the time. What I'm talking about here is creating visibility to our results, to our skill sets as we are interviewing. The recruiters do not have a crystal ball. So it's on us to expose and exhibit our talents at that moment. What I'm talking about here is creating visibility to our results and the projects that we are working on and delivering when we are in the workplace, so we can advance and keep climbing that corporate ladder. How do we get visibility when there isn't an Engineers Has Got Talent show? Specifically, I would like to share 3 strategies with you that I have learned from mentors, I have learned from observing others, and quite frankly, from trial and error. And those 3 strategies can help us create our own talent show at work. The first strategy is about recognizing the spotlight. Now, at work, there are a number of spotlight opportunities, from town hall meetings to all-employee meetings. We could run into our CEO in the elevator. How about running into your boss's boss at the car park? Or perhaps we can run into a higher-level executive as we're grabbing coffee. These are all opportunities for spotlight, if we can leverage them. Are we ready with that 15-second elevator pitch about the project that we're working on and the results and the contributions we're making in the organization? there are also company events that we can try to leverage. There are situations where there might be an absence of a company event. And in that case, we can create our own spotlight opportunities. Carla is an industrial engineer from Spain. She was initially hired as a contractor because we didn't really have a job for her. Her first assignment was to evaluate how we use dry ice. Well, Carla starts her assignment by spending the first 3 weeks of her job in distribution, observing, taking notes, and picking and packing product. She's very talented engineer, and quickly she realizes that she could actually come up with some engineering solutions to save the dry ice usage. She goes back to her desk, runs all the calculations, and she realizes that we could save $300,000 for the organization with the engineering solutions that she was coming up with. Then she makes a very smart move. Carla decides that she should approach the head of finance for global operations, it's our division, Ida. And she asks Ida to validate her savings and her calculations before we could broadcast her project. 2 weeks later, Ida, as the head of finance, is running a business review meeting. And imagine this is a large room that would be 30 to 40 executives in a U-shaped format. And finance will come to that meeting to review the state of the business. Are we meeting the revenue targets? Are we saving the money we said we're going to save? Are we meeting our productivity goals for the business? Ida then realizes, well, nobody better than Carla to come to this meeting and explain what she's doing because it's something we hadn't yet done before. So Carla gets invited to that meeting. She presents her project, and as she's done, Ida endorses Carla in a very big way. Ida looks at the audience, all the executives, and says, I have validated her savings, and she is, in fact, saving $300,000. Congratulations, Carla. That endorsement gave Carla not only visibility, but tremendous credibility in the organization. And from that point, Carla was hired as a full-time employee. We created a position for her. Her project has gone global, and she is recognized in the organization as the dry ice czar. What we can learn from Carla is that sometimes we can create our own spotlight opportunities. And as we're stepping into those opportunities, to make the most of them, we need to use the right currency, which is the second strategy for today. And what do I mean by right currency? Right currency is about being relevant. It's about expressing the results of our work in a currency that the audience cares about. Let me share a story with you when I did not use the right currency. Well, about a few years ago, I had developed the climate change strategy for Life Technologies. And I was getting ready to present that strategy at our strategic review meeting 2. And clearly, I come very confidently into that meeting, big spotlight opportunity, and I start pitching that it's time that as an organization, we move away from the old take, make, waste business production model. And it's time that we join the circular economy, one that is going to be low carbon and resource constrained. And as part of this, we need to be looking at low carbon raw material sourcing, less toxic raw material. And I proceeded to talk about packaging reduction. We talked about low carbon delivery methods for our products to our customers. And most importantly, product take back and reverse logistics. Well, doesn't that sound compelling? Isn't that a good story from a sustainability person? Well, my show was not going well that day. It was not a Susan Boyle moment whatsoever. Very quickly, I realized that one by one, they were reaching out for their iPhones. They were opening their laptops and typing email away. And I knew I had lost that audience. Needless to say that the funds were not allocated to any of the climate change initiatives. I was very disappointed. I was very frustrated with my inability to influence, and I was venting in frustration to my finance partner and saying, how can I not get this through? I don't understand. The projects that we're trying to execute on save energy, freight, packaging, dry ice. It saves a lot of money. And those projects actually have one of the best return on investment in the organization. And my finance partner looks at me and says, Cristina, why don't you say that? You stood there and you spoke about carbon the entire time. Never once you talked about return on investment or dollar savings. I was using the wrong currency. To that audience, tons of carbon was meaningless. They can't have a relationship with a ton of carbon. They can for sure understand $1 million savings. Currency also relates to the amount of data that we share. One of my colleagues said, look, if the audience doesn't get the point you're making in 10 seconds, you have lost them. It is very important and very fair to socialize our content and get input from others, because sometimes we get too close to our data. And looking at it from the lenses of the audience can be difficult. And this now leads me to the third and final strategy for today, which is getting in the trash. I believe that all of us, at any stage in our careers, we all need to be willing to roll up our sleeves, or maybe in this case, roll down our sleeves, and even do things that we may feel it's below us. Because we are looking for that deeper level of understanding. The opportunities will come from that understanding. And this is how we continue to deliver new results. Look, visibility works if we have results to showcase. Visibility and results is a good combination. Visibility and no results is a bad combination. And visibility to the same results over and over, it kind of gets stale. So by doing the unconventional, getting dirty and getting the work done helps us have that level of understanding, deliver results, and keep that stream of results coming so we can continue to get that visibility. So remember, as you join the workforce, visibility matters, and it can help you advance. Thank you very much.